What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Memory Lane Comics and Toys. I'm Jake.
And I'm Eric.
And we're talking about the Harley Quinn and Joker Bombshell statue.
The iconic Life magazine cover kiss.
The kiss. This is one of the most famous images of all time.
You think about a sailor coming home from a long trip, this is the image you always get, and I think DC did a cool thing with their Bombshells. It's been a real retro look, and now they've flipped it again, and you've got, Harley in the position of the sailor, and I love it.
It's really cool. Yeah, the nurse grabbing the sailor is pretty fun. The actual sculpt of this thing is pretty brilliant. I think Joker just looking like,
I love that he's flailing, like, why would you kiss me? Don't touch me. I mean, just talking about the pose itself, they really captured this image of her, the way she bent over, the way her legs look. It really looks like she has him bent over into this uncomfortable, Harley, don't touch me. And I really dig the image they're trying to convey with this statue. All right, I think we've both, we've said it. We really love this pose. We like what DC Bombshells has done. They've really evolved as, from just simple poses to now they're adding in another person and they're doing two. I really like that, but the paint itself, we've always talked about paint when we talk about these statues. What do you think about the paint apply on this one?
The paint apply, I guess, as far as the design work, brilliant. I mean, I think they've captured the little... three diamonds thing that Harley Quinn's
right on the shoe,
the little purple accents on Joker, the green hair, everything looks really, really great as far as that goes. The actual application of this thing, however, turned out kind of rough.
Almost terrible. And I hate to say terrible. It's in this modern era with Sideshow and all these companies just blowing your minds. DC has really done well not overpricing and keeping things right where they need to be, but with this one, they didn't paint it quite well. And I don't know if it's just this statue. This is the first one we opened, and it instantly has problems.
Yeah, I mean, and we've noticed things from some of the other Bombshell statues that have slipped a little bit lately. A wonky
Catwoman.
eye here or there.
Yeah.
Or an off-kilter eye here or there. Anything that a little bit of this or that might be just a bit off. But this is one of the first ones that actually looks scratchy. It looks like... in certain parts, it looks like it was a repaired statue.
It looks rushed.
That got put into a box and then taped up.
Yeah, it looks rushed to me. Because, we were just, like Jake just mentioned, the Catwoman, her eye's a little wonky. That's going to happen sometimes when you're painting these small eyes. But that's not the problem with this statue. The paint on the eyes and the faces is great, but when it comes down to the actual painting of the area is where I have the problem. On her arm, there is clearly black overspray from where the Joker was painted and they were put together.
Yeah, as far as this particular one, I don't know. This is, like I said, this is the only one we've opened. I don't know that I would buy it if I didn't know anything about painting, because I feel like this one needs to be custom painted in order to make it.
Well, yeah, because you have this pale arm of hers. It's now got black overspray, even a little bit of green. You move into the Joker's knuckles. He is actually missing some paint on the knuckle, and you can see it's bare. Then we looked into the side of the Joker's white face, and there's these green streaks, and Jake pointed out, well, maybe that's just some dye that got loose, but then we looked at the other side of the face, and there's nothing. So it's I don't know if it's overspray. I don't know where they went wrong with the painting of this statue, but, Harley's hair right under the hat, it's chipped.
Yeah.
And, like we're saying, it's not that we think all statues that came out look like this, but we have to review based on what we opened. And right out of the box, it was a little bit of disappointment.
I mean, Harley's got a chunk of black paint or something under her arm that makes that's actually
it's raised.
Thick. Yeah. So it's not just an overspray thing. I don't really understand what happened here, but there's definitely a lot of problems with the statue. The design, again, perfect. Maybe the one that you open
doesn't have that problem.
Great. But this particular one we're having a lot of quality control issues on, and we've seen multiple ones recently. We've had customers buy a Bombshell statue and bring it back broken out of the box. We're contemplating starting to open every single one before we even get it
just to make sure
before we put it out. So it's of having no sealed statues that are stored anymore, because it's become an issue.
Well, because we don't, we want things to look as beautiful as they do on the box, and in a way this does. Let's get away from the damage. Let's get away from the scratching. Actual paint apply. They did a really nice flat black on the Joker to give him this like sinister sailor look. But my problem with it is the more I look at it, you can see light scratches in the actual paint.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a problem across the board. I think that it's this actual paint that just gets scratched a little easy. So the black was a little disappointing. I love the purple accents that they did all over his suit. You know, the patchwork on the knee.
It's great.
Yeah, you still got the flower. So that aside, the paint scheme is awesome. The modeling is awesome. I love the Joker's look. He just looks so distressed.
It's a fun statue, and if you're standing at a distance from this particular one, it looks amazing. I mean, as far as that goes, you really can't go wrong. This would be a great addition to any Bombshell collection, or just if you just love Harley or Joker, it's a really fun statue to have. We're just worried about the quality control issues.
Yeah, Jake's completely right. I mean, this is the Bombshell statue I know a lot of people have been waiting for, and myself, I collect these. I wanted this one. It's such a cool look to have Harley and Joker together, but I'm now worried because, you know, we talked about all the little mishits and everything, but the biggest problem with this statue is we opened it up and the Joker's head was completely off of the statue.
And it wasn't just a wrong... It was entirely broken off. It didn't just fall out or something where we could repair it. We've repaired it as well as we could.
Just to get this review done, yeah, we stuck his head in there. And one of the things we noticed, the reason the head broke is the headpiece, for some weird reason, is separate. It's not a one-piece thing. The head actually slid in, and I believe the company has their own modeling glue to make it stick. And I guess it popped right out because the more we looked, I started to get close in on Harley, and Harley's neck is the same way.
And you can actually see the glue around her neck.
Yeah.
So they just didn't take their time, I think, with the...
And it's really minuscule, but once you get on it, you can tell her neck is not touching anything, and that's a problem for me. I believe Bombshells have gotten so popular, they're starting to rush them because they want us to have them, and we want them. But my thing is, when they were first coming out, it would be months and months and months apart between these Bombshells. Now we're having a Bombshell every month, and I'm starting to notice little things more and more.
Yeah, it really is a bummer to see that kind of happen with this. I don't know if some of the chips on this statue were because Joker's head was off.
And maybe it slid around.
But some of them seemed like they were in spots that couldn't have really happened on. But maybe that was the case. So we're kind of unsure about that. But it's just a bummer to see that happen.
It is. It's a rough review for us because I think we were so excited to open it. We love how it looks. This is such a great collectible. And then the disappointment kind of sets in with all the little things. But, you know, as far as it goes, I think it's rushing that's the problem. I'd like for them to slow down and really get this down because, you know, they're starting to be something people are looking for. And that means they're going to start nitpicking every little thing. And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to tell you, we love this. And it just wasn't right.
Yeah. And this is, without a doubt, a piece to own, a piece to add to your collection. But make sure that you open it immediately.
Don't leave the store without opening it if you buy one. And it's my biggest problem is knowing that the heads are now a separate piece on these. I don't think we're going to have the only one open that's broken.
I'd assume that's the case, but thanks for checking our review of the statue, guys. We have plenty more reviews and all kinds of upcoming information on our YouTube videos. Check out our coolest stuff of the week, and we'll hope to see you guys around the store.